Today I feel sad because of my people. Those of my people with a black skin tone or black pigmentation. I'm not sure whether this is an overdose of melanin, but it came to my mind that it seems this overdose of melanin just not just resides on the skin, but it goes straight into the minds. Whilst most of you go to work and try to eke out a living, an honest living, so that you could support your families and the communities, there are those that lay in ambush for the little things that you try to gather. Whilst you wake up every day at 4 a.m., trying to build a livelihood or a better life for you and your family, somebody wakes up at the same time and they lie in wait, knowing that with that little penny that you're going to get, they will get a bounty. Because for them, they are not just lying for you only, they are lying in wait for each and every one of you who's trying to make an honest living out of themselves. But my point, it is not about that. My point is about how one has to respect the process. A few days ago, I came across an advert. Somebody was selling this other machine that me and my wife wanted to buy. We've done an extensive research, and at the last hour, we stumbled upon this supplier, this supposedly supplier of these same machines. They'd posted all over social media, but because we could not find any negative comments about this supplier, we decided to trust this supplier. My gut told me that something cannot be so right because the pricing of the machines that we're looking for, it was far, far, far low than the going rate. We did our research as to the market prices of these machines that we wanted to acquire for our business. We did all the financing and we've done everything that we did, but we didn't do a proper due diligence on this supposed supplier. And then driving all the way about 200 to 300 kilometers to go and buy this machine. Along the way, my gut kept on telling me that this is seemingly too good to be true. And as they say, if it's too good to be true, it is definitely too good to be true. As we were going there, we were discussing, me and my wife, and it seems there was something offish about these people. In terms of everything that we're asking them, they were not direct in some of the questions. And as we're going there, something in our guts told us that something is not right with these men. We drove this long distance until we got to that place. As soon as we got to the place, we had made an arrangement that we're going to give them a call when we're about 20 to 30 kilometers away so that they could wait for us because we're in a hurry. We need to go back and start producing whatever we needed to produce. And then when we got to the place that we had been, the directions that we've been given, we decided to park on the side of a house. We thought we were going to a factory that manufactures these machines because they displayed quite a number of these machines. When we got there, to our surprise, the address led us into somebody's house in a township. Fair and fine, these days there are so many people that do manufacturing in probably in their own backyards. I said, okay, fine. But as we were still waiting there, My wife received a phone call from somebody, a distraught lady. She says, I actually picked up your messages from my phone. It seems like you're going to meet such and such a person at such and such a place. And she says, I've been victim of this crooked gang of people. If my wife says, but I'm actually there, I'm parked outside, and these people, I've just called them and told them that I'm outside. So in the next minute, they are going to come now so that we can go into this apartment and then we can exchange the goods. That woman says, no, 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 no. If you're already there, they are probably watching you. You better flee for your life. Imagine in my car, I had all my kids with me and my wife, a 1.5-year-old son, and all the other elder kids, but not so old to be able to defend me or to do anything in the event of any altercation. And then we decided to drive off. As we started to drive off at great speed, now suddenly the phone started rolling. They're calling me firstly via WhatsApp and they called me directly. Whereas in the last 2 days, it was difficult to get through these men. So it seems as they saw us driving, they saw that their mincemeat or their nicey, juicy steak had decided to jump out of the frying pan and go for the bush. We decided to flee. I put on the accelerator and we left the place. And then, as I was driving back home, I was reminded that there is quite a number of us who want to venture into business. Whilst we're trying to venture into business, you will do everything right. You will try to do everything right. But don't ever let your guard down. Don't ever venture into business without doing the due diligence on the people that you're going to deal with. In business, you are going to meet with some funny people, some crooked individuals. Some of the people will not have any genuine cell in their system. But how are you going to know? How are you going to gauge and assess whether these people are phony or they are legit? And I'm saying, respect the process, do a proper diligence, do a proper check. Try by all means to check the would-be supplier, try and all means to check the would-be client, try and assess the person that you'll be dealing with. Because, listen from me, you are going to have to interact with some people that you have never known. And some of those people, it is their business to take your money from you. Don't do shortcuts. I'm actually reminded there is a verse in the Bible and that Jesus Christ, he says, whoever therefore hear these words and does them, I will liken him to a prudent man. I love this part. I will liken him to a prudent man who built his house upon the rock. And the rain came down, and the streams came, and the winds blew and fell upon that house, and it did not fall, for it had been founded upon the rock. My intention is not to preach, but as you start your business, make sure that your business is built on solid ground. Make sure that the partnerships that you're going to have, the relationships that you're going to establish are solid relationships because it's going to determine whether your business is going to succeed or not. Some of the people, they might appear legitimate. Prima facie, they might look like they are legitimate business people, but I tell you, if you respect the process and you do your thorough checking and assessment of each and every individual that you're going to interact with, you save yourself from one, the embarrassment and the pain. Today, I'm standing here and I'm saying it could have ended badly. The storm could have hit my house badly. I could have lost my money. I could have been kidnapped with all my kids. Who knows what else could have happened? But it did not happen. Now, my message to you is so that you don't find yourself in a similar situation. And your situation could be even be worse than mine because there won't be that angel to warn you to run away and you will fall victim to these scamsters. But what saddens me about this, yes, I escaped, but it is my people that have got the audacity to take from another fellow black man. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? And yet we speak of rebuilding this African continent. We speak of rebuilding our country. How are we going to rebuild our country when some of us are trying to take from the little that we have? How are we going to build our country when we are our own worst enemies? I'm sad. I'm sad. But let my sadness be your source of joy because you have been alerted of the danger. To avert the danger, whoever hears these words and does as I have told them will be likened to a prudent man who built his house on a rock. And when the storms and the winds and the gushing waters from the river came, it withstood. So, that business that you want to establish, you follow due process. There are no shortcuts in life. If you want to build your house on sand, if you want to do shortcuts, these phonies, these hoodlums, these good for nothing people will definitely pounce on you. Let's build businesses on a solid rock. Respect the process. Thank you. That was. Keep on tuned. Please subscribe so that you can keep on receiving some of these snippets of wisdom. Thank you. Bye bye.